Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? William. William. That's not good. You move too slow. The sound is too low. Alright. Thank you, Microsoft. F you. I fixed it. Stupid old Microsoft. Hello. I'm the slowest player in the world. We are going to celebrate. Alright, we've got Rosé. Rosé? No, it's too hot for beer. You take a glass, half a glass rosé wine, about half glass, and you make the shears. Then you take the ice. You got the ice. I teach you how to make a fridge. Very popular Hungarian drink. First you take the rosé wine and you take the ice, you put it in, and then you get the bubbly water. You get the bubbly water and you pour it in so it's nice and fizzy. And you got yourself a fridge. Wow! $5. 0.25 of the way there. Check it out. Helped to make me the youngest World Senior Champion of all time. The first World Senior Champion under 50 this November. It could happen with your donations. Make it possible. 137 days to go. We just had a $5 donation from Mr. Coffee starting us off. Donate via Streamlabs to go to our streaming donation banner. We've got a goal 137 days to go. Goal of $2,000, which will pay for my whole tournament. It's a long tournament because it's old people. Very nice tournament. 11 rounds Swiss. Lots of fishes, so we have to have 11 rounds. Guys, donate and support the 11 round Swiss because it's like if you have a 9 round Swiss, you end up playing like it's like who got the best fish or whatever. For a tournament with a lot of players and open like that, because it's really open. You know, 11 rounds gives the stronger players more chance to like face each other, rather than just like who got lucky and got like nine weaker players. U.S. Open, I think sometimes they did 11 rounds. All right. Yeah, this November I'm going to be the youngest World Senior Champion in history. The first one ever under 50. Help make it possible. We've got Sparkle Horse. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. The donate. Is that the donate command? Yeah. Donate command. Do I have that in the stream? No. I should. Let's put it up. Let's fix that. Text. Where is it? Pawn to text. Alright, pawn to text. The donation wizard. Copy. Alright, copy. Properties. Guys, we're going to start a tournament here in just a few minutes. Someone suggested that our tournament should be on the weekend. Well, yeah, it's a good idea. Weekends are valuable, not so easy. Exclamation point. Donate. Help me become the first under 50 world champion. First under 50, 50 plus world champion. Alright, donate. Anyway. Alright. We're off. Who is Anatoly Karpark. Anyway. Guys, we're hosting the Sloth Swiss. IVYM. Thank you, Mr. Cuff, for being our first donor. It worked. Congratulations to NM Camel Culture. National Master Camel Culture. When are we going to see NM Zen Chess and NM Uber Driver? Like, what's up with you guys? You're just falling behind Camel Culture. That's how you make a Hungarian wine cooler. You got the rosé wine, you got the bubble water and ice. Okay. Welcome everybody. We've got Sparkle Horse, Camel Culture, Great Lazarus. Uh-oh. He's a tough customer. Likely to win the tournament. Zen Chess, OMS, Candidate Master. That's CM, OMS. Could have been a National Master Uber Driver. Akshak, Bisonov, Resonance, Spectator. Everyone sucks but me. Palutz, joining us from Hungary as well. Ruslan Bear, Asterbait, ST33, Pyrat, and Pruful. So, because my birthday, falls after the World Senior this November, I could become the youngest World Senior Champion of all time. Let's set a Guinness World Record. And I get the GM title if I win the tournament. Help send Sledgy. Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill just tipped $10. Good luck, old man. But World Senior Champions are getting younger. 50 is the new 40. 50 is the new 60. Thank you, Bill. $10. Guys, if we get $15 donation every stream, we've got 137 days. We've got 137 days to go till the tournament in November. So all we need is like $15 donation. And we covered it already. Mr. Coffee and Bill, thank you so much. Alright, we're starting. It is time. We've got someone requesting to join the team. Wait a second. Open link in new window. Get $15 donations every stream. We're going to make it. Agshikapin. Okay? Hello? Hello? Wow. This strong player. Oh my god. Didn't even click that. Okay. Back. Should I adjust the board and the Honda cam needs to be a little bit smaller? Tiny bit. We need to clean up the stream. Just a tiny bit. We're overlapping the board here. Right. Still overlapping the board, just a little. Damn it, dude, I grabbed the wrong thing. What are you doing? Dude, what is going on here? Dude, what is going on? Something crazy happening. Dude, what is it doing? It's like scrolling. Stop that. Stop scrolling. Still haven't figured out the best place for the World Senior. But that looked like the only place for it, really up in the right hand corner. Alright. Sorry, I had some stuff to do there. We are back, and better than ever. Man, can I enjoy the team but can't? Frozen in time. Time stopped. Well, really? Did the stream stop? Time stopped, not for me. It's really hot here. How are you guys doing? Are you at plateau at chess? Yeah. If you were at plateau at chess, you increase time control. I think increasing time control is good for chess. Plateau or no plateau. Long games, long games are the way to improve at playing chess. More so than blitz. But of course it depends. If you want to win blitz tournaments, you play blitz chess. If you want to win over the board long tournaments, you play long chess. But I think that a little longer thinking increases your playing strength more than blitz. No, all good now. All right, no more questions. Join the tournament. Sludgy eligible for his first World Senior Championship. Guys, please donate and support my efforts to become the youngest ever World Senior Champion. Welcome, Great Lazarus. Long time no see. We transposed to a Queen's Indian here. I like this variation. Actually, it's not an IMSO yet. You can also play Bishop E7. We'll play sharper. Too hot even for beer. I think wine is better for my chess. This is very light. Earth Resident Spectator, uh-oh. Again, congratulations to Camel Culture. National Master. He crushed some 1400s to get over the line. They're still picking up their pieces at the chess club. Pieces of those guys. Congrats to NM Camel Culture. Yep. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Whew. It's really hot here. How are you guys in the States? Europe is pretty much a heat wave. Mr. Bisonov. Mr. Bison. The Bisonator. Bill donated $10 to my efforts to become World Senior Champion, Mr. Coffee 5. Again, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Trying something I normally don't do here. Probably not a great move. There's a reason why I don't play this. Being a little too creative. There's a reason why I don't play this. It was a lot hotter in Kansas till it started threatening to tornado. The Wizard of Oz comes to mind. Shouldn't you be in Colorado? Yeah, knight d2, and if I play knight a5, he has knight b3, which is like super annoying. I've never lived without AC. Yeah, no, Colorado could be nice. In the mountains, you're all set. This summer, I want to go to the mountains in Romania. Maybe next month. The end of July. Mountains are good. Lots of bears. We're gonna go bear watching again, hopefully, for my next vacation. Yeah, 92 is the problem. I normally don't set up like this. I don't want to play knight a5, knight b3. So there's that problem. Yeah. Should have stuck with my guns. I don't know what came over me. Playing knight c6. How bad can it be? Well, it's just like I don't even understand what my plan is now. Yeah, well, I screwed up my piece deployment. You have a better structure. BFD. No, knight d6 is a strong move. I have such a minor advantage with the structure thing. It's really not that big a deal. White should be fine. Maybe like a c5 pawn sack. This is what I should have played, obviously. d6 instead of knight c6. I don't know. I decided to try to be creative. Stupid. Alright, are we getting another request to join the team? What is that? What did I just click? Incognito mode. Alright, screw that. Here. White center is there. 0 join request. Alright, that bug, they never get rid of that bug where like someone requests to join a team and then the request just stays forever. For like 20 minutes. Alright, let's see. $15. 0.75 of the way there. Thank you guys. No, I mean, we just got the info. I was waiting to start the fundraiser for the World Senior until I had the info about the tournament. 11 rounds is a cool tournament. 1 round a day. Yeah, just don't play on chess.com. That's the easy solution there. No loss. No big loss. Registration cost is €100. That's correct. How do you know that? €100 to register for the World Senior Championship. That is correct. I have to pay €100. The beginning of my expense account. First World Senior Championship ever for Master Slaggy. Fianchettoed Knight. Do you have a better idea? I'm sure it'll be a good tournament. I've never even like really been to Italy, so it's gonna be fun. I've never played a chess tournament in Italy. I've been in the airport in Italy, in Milan. I mean, that's... And one over the border by accident once. So I get to go to a new place. I will have a tournament in August that we're playing. That'll be like a warm-up, and the Hungarian Team Championship. There are decent prizes, like €1,200 for first or something. So they're not great, but it's something. You can win your expenses back, let's say. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder if maybe grandmasters get like free accommodation. I'm sure they do. Although I'm not. It's a big honor to win the World Senior Championship. Usually a GM wins it, but not always. There have been a number of IMs. Notably, the Danish IM Jens Christiansen won it in 2012 at the age of 60 to become a GM. So we're hoping to break his record by a lot. Why not become a grandmaster in one tournament? I remember when the World Open was like $200 to enter. the old days. The so-called high roller chess. Maurice Ashley. Go big or go home. What's up, everybody? What about candidates tournament? Any news on the candidates tournament front? Today was an off day or something? I didn't even check. I guess it was. Oh, by the way, like Fabiano had huge chances. He was winning against Palmiacci yesterday. Man, he must want to just like bang his head on the wall. It was a really crazy position. It looked like Fabiano was completely winning, but it was complicated. I mean, I ran it through the engine like, quickly, and he was just like all over Palmiacci. It's crazy though. Like Nakamura goes to all this trouble to like ruin Caruana's tournament, and then like, turns around and loses to Rajabov. I mean, to give Rajabov credit, like he played well against Karu, but still, it's kind of funny. He just like played spoiler and destroyed Caruana's chance. Of course, what's he supposed to do? Right? Right. What's he supposed to do? Lose on purpose? I mean, it's a little early for that. But I think, you kind of wonder, like, is it possible that Hikaru is more motivated against Caruana, maybe? Because he's a rival. He's also from the U.S. He's higher ranked. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I didn't know that, Bleak 90, that Rajabov hadn't won a game in his last 30 games. But I mean, one of the things that someone asked me about what I thought about the tournament after the first few rounds, and the first thing I noticed was that Rajabov was like unrecognizable. I mean, he's not like been the hottest chess player in the world for a long time, but let's say he was like the worst I've seen him. The end game against Palmiacci was an abomination. He seemed like a non-entity. I guess it's normal. Damn, dude, D5. Shoot. You got away with this. Knight on A5 starting to feel really out of play here. Feel out of play, or, is out of play. This is getting officially scary. Do you think Hikaru's get paid by the Nepo team? Oh, man. Seriously, I think Nepo should be, Hikaru should be paying Nepo. If Hikaru, like, qualified for the World Championship, he would make a lot of money in, like, streaming, and it would be, like, a way bigger deal than the Palmiacci playing Magnus again. If you're going to throw the tournament, let Hikaru win, because that would be, like, a crowd pleaser. Camel Culture was saying he wouldn't mind seeing the Palmiacci again, but it would be more exciting to have Hikaru. Personally, I'd rather see Caruana because I think he's the strongest, objectively. But I'm just being old-fashioned, I guess. Basically, if Caruana gets to the rapid stage, he's done. But I guess they all are. I mean, even Hikaru. I mean, Is even Hikaru going to be able to stand up to Carlsen in Rapid and Blitz? I don't know, man. I just think, like, in the classical part of the match, Caruana is the only one with legitimate chance. With the best legitimate chance, and I'd like to see him win, but whatever. It would take a major meltdown from the Palmiachi, but I mean, he had a huge chance yesterday. I mean, I think that's it, man. If he beat him head to head, that would have made up lots of mileage. I don't think that the Palmiachi can do worse than the last time. I don't think it's possible to do worse. Bill is playing really well. I am not really thrilled about my position here. We are officially concerned about this position. Official concern. It's like a kind of shaky Benoni. F4. What else you gonna do here? Don't even worry about it. Get your ankle, the ankle monitor out, Mr. Coffee. We have to have a setting, like if people like make like, I don't know, too many comments, they get like timed out or something. You can only like make 6 comments a minute. If Carlsen were to forfeit the World Championship match, it would make world news. Don't tell that to the Republicans. World news is basically CNN. Alright. Knight f3. He did not play f4. Yeah, sometimes CNN is so cheesy, though. It's like hard to take it seriously. We gotta get our knight back in the game. Attack the central pawn. I don't care if you take my big B pawn. No, I have to defend it. Wow. So Bill managed to play without f4 and just maneuver his knight to the monster square. Dude is scary. Maybe I can beat him on time. Will you people stop this ridiculous shit about like, will Magnus play? Some offhand comment he made, it's ridiculous. Of course he's gonna play whoever they like put him up against. That's such fake news. Like, seriously. Why does everyone take that offhand comment so literally? I really don't think that Magnus ever had any real intention. You know, he wanted, I don't know why he said that, but I think there's very little evidence that that would ever happen, that he would not really play the match against anyone but Fallujah. It was absurd. Like, he doesn't mean that. People have to stop believing that. That's like a fantasy. It's nothing. I would say there's like a 1% chance that has any validity. Okay, I have b4. Is that why Bill is not happy? Happy. Bill's a good player. Billiards. Oh yeah. What do I do now? B3. You like that? Pass pawn? It's a big one. I'm not sure, what to do here. He's also got queen. Let's see, rook f3, queen. Rook f3. Knight c5, pawn takes pawn, queen takes knight. Good goodness. Good goodness. Oh, Schieberspieler's here. What's up? Who do you want to win the World Championship? Who do you want to win the Candidates Tournament and Challenge? Do you care? I don't care that much, honestly. I would prefer Caruana. I'm okay with Hikaru, but I would really rather, it wasn't Nepomniachtchi again. For a little variation. Good to see you back, Schieberspieler. What's up for the summer? You got some tournaments lined up? Bill seems to lack confidence. I think he should have just blasted me with f4, although, there's some... Just one tournament, Hungarian Rapid. When is that? In Ica? Lots of tournaments. Lots of tournaments in Hungary, though. Not big ones, though. The Hungarian World Open. You like Nepo? He just got so slaughtered in the first match. I think he could really, really do better this time. Am I okay here? Am I losing a pawn? Oh no. Not again. Plancorn came on and he said, I heard Magnus say he would only play if Hikaru wins. Now it's like a variation on the other theme. It was actually, he'll only play if Fallujah wins. That was the original thing. Now it's Hikaru. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe this fake news stuff. F5. Rook takes c4. It's a draw. Wow, this is crazy. One of the best games that Bisonov has played against me. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, Camel Culture. He just says random stuff. I gotta put him on timeout. I don't really know Golderkand. It's a kid, and I think he just says random stuff. It's okay. He's not really serious. He just likes to say stuff and just says random stuff. I agree. Fabiano is very modest. He's not an arrogant guy. I mean, on the scale of arrogance, Hikaru would be first, Nepomniachtchi would be second, and Caruana would be third. I mean, he's way more modest than those guys. Random stuff. What's up, Nils? When do you play in these? I hope I didn't miscalculate this. It doesn't take a lot of skill to say random stuff, right? Am I right? I say random stuff all the time, and look what it's brought me, you know? Yeah, I don't know, maybe Magnus does have the highest level of arrogance. That's possible. Interesting rookie game. Spielman lost against Rubinstein in most recent chess lecture vid. Thanks to 11 for the shout out. Is it arrogance if you're actually the best? Al Yakin was most famously like ultra arrogant world champion. Al Yakin. So how's the king and pawn in game? It would be bad if I misevaluated this. That's deep, Nils. Absolutely, Camel Culture. Yeah, Korchnoi was legendary as an idiot. Maybe that's why God punished him as never letting him become world champion. Well, Magnus definitely has more class than Korchnoi. No, I don't know. Do we have a request to join the team? Alright. 0 join requests. That's like 20 minutes ago, and it's still there, like the ghost of the team request. Do you get idiot GMs? Check the forums. Would be my it would be my. They should have forum grandmaster. That'd be my recommendation. They should assign lichess forum grandmaster. Bysonov. Is it possible the king of pawn game is lost? Then don't go into the king of pawn game. There you go. There you go. But his a pawn's hanging. And he's threatened with mate, so he's got to be like pretty careful here. The problem is like 1 pawn up maybe doesn't win. I need to be like 2 pawns up. Or a really good 1 pawn up. Like what 1 pawn up rook in game is winning for me exactly here? A good d pawn? Rook a4, rook c7 check, king f6, rook d7, king e5, rook takes g7, my pawns are all isolated. I bet this is a draw, objectively. I have to try it though. I mean, this looks like they only try to win. I'm a pawn up. Master found the variation. Okay. What about like rook on the 7th? This is probably a mistake, huh? Could I have tried to get my rook behind the passed pawn? Maybe I should have played a different move there. Rook b2. No saving the pawn now. I don't know, my king is really far advanced. Maybe I can just... Damn, I didn't see this move, but it doesn't work. I should be able to win. With the active king. Hyperactive. Hyperactive Super King. Hopefully. Mega King. Super Chonker. It's the best I'm gonna do. There's a check. He could play rook c8 here. So it looks like it was a draw. Wow. Is this surely a draw? This is not a table base. I'm not sure the engine can calculate that far. Jesus. G4 with 2 connectors. He seriously had that. That is kind of scary. But I guess I could go king b3. Wait's better? Oh my god. Wow. It's outrageous. Wait's better there. Oh my god. You had g4 and it works. Wow. Crazy. My best position was this. And here, rook a2 was a blunder. I should have played a5 first. Okay. Whatever. Well, what's the difference? So I wasted the tempo with rook a2. I try to get behind the passer. This makes the most sense. Check here. Sorry, check here. A4. I don't know. Computer claims it's a draw. Alright guys, let's go back. It wasn't an easy endgame for both sides. Amazing that white could even be better there with the g4 connected past pawns. But like hard to know even the truth. Tough game, Bill. You got yourself in trouble on time, primarily. Uber driver, welcome. Akshak, hey, it's Miro. Good to see you. Play like Kasparov. A lot of people. Staff Oregon. A lot of people we haven't seen recently. Is everybody here? Resonance. You regret a4. Yeah, you didn't have to play a4. I was expecting a normal Benoni, you know, f4, try to blast me in the center on the king side. And I didn't know. I thought I was worse. Yeah, Camel Culture NM. Nationalist Master. Oh, you can still smell the packaging on his NM title. Thank God I didn't get... And this guy should be an NM, but he wasn't driven enough. Little joke. Little Uber driver joke. Uber driver wasn't driven enough to become an NM. Get it? Driven. Alright, the birds. We're playing a lot of birds. Mira, you woke up early for this. Nice. You have a day off from work or something? I'm gonna make my last wine cooler drink. Oh no, I forgot he plays the front game. How could I forget? God, man, I have like memory loss. He plays the From's Gambit. Here we go again. Not knight c6 again. You're not going to do that, are you? I had a blitz game of this yesterday. What is that? Why don't you play d6 like normal people? So I'm supposed to play knight c3 here. f4, e5, e4. It's a close one. Alright, we're drinking rosé wine with water and ice. Half glass of wine. The proportion. It's extremely hot here. So I don't have any more ice left. Okay, Uber driver is like frozen. You know you're supposed to play d6, right? Like this is not a standard way to play the From's Gambit. d6. What do we get after knight takes e5? A bad position for black, haha. Knight takes e5, d4. Clear advantage to white. So knight c3 is the secret refutation of knight c6. I think you should try f6. Seriously, what is this? Now I can't play c3 anymore. That's the good news. Alright, so what do we got? Pawn takes pawn, bishop takes. Oh man, there was this amazing line that I looked at with Yabatis. There's a really cool way black can play the From's Gambit. If you go d6, takes. How was it now? Yeah, check this out. If black plays d6, it's the normal line. You can play knight f3 or you can take. But if you take, black doesn't have to take back. He can play knight f6 and sack another pawn, like pawn takes c7. This is really interesting. It actually looks sound. Like, I think in this position after d6, pawn takes d6, even Stockfish maybe considers, I mean, I didn't run it on a really fast machine, but I think even Stockfish might consider knight f6 to be black's best move in that standard position. It's very interesting. Now I'm left with really no choice, right? e4 is a transposition to something stupid, so I have to take. Now you could play knight f6. Another version of... You could play knight f6, another version of the same. If people continue to talk about chess here, they're going to get timed out. Seriously. This is a hot tub stream. Move 11 just tipped $10 for the World Senior Champ Fund. It's not only that I'm going for the World Championship Senior, I'm going for the World Guinness record of the youngest World Senior Champion in history. I want to become... I have a chance, one chance only. I have one chance only to become the first World Senior Champion under the age of 50. It's never been done. Technically, you're supposed to be 50 to compete in the World Senior Championship, so it would be really cool if I could become World Senior Champion without actually being 50, and I could do it. It's my golden opportunity. Thanks, Move 11. for your support. Fromm's Gambit. Silicone. Hanging silicone. Silicone doesn't grow on trees, you know. Alright, well there's no king D1, king C2 here. How are you supposed to donate? You have to donate, well, you know, donates are welcome. Donates are by Streamlabs, preferably. Well, they have to be done by PayPal. PayPal via Streamlabs is the preferred donation method. Streamlabs by PayPal. Alright. It would be cool, man. It would be so amazing if I could win the World Senior at 49. That'd be funny. I could go in the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't think they have a category for that. I'm just joking, but anyway. Somehow I don't think that category exists. I think we're transposing to some line now. This is starting to look familiar. This is looking strangely familiar, but it almost looks like white has like 94. '94 is strongly tempting, but 94 bishop e5, d4 knight d4. There are traps where white actually sacks this pawn. d4 knight d4 queen d4 bishop takes g3 check. Duh. I could sack it. Knight e4 bishop e5 looks good. I know knight g6 is a move. That's like what's supposed to happen. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that a bad thing? Knight e4, knight g6, knight g2. Because Fianchetto knights are good. Okay, guys, we have a lot of time here. What about knight b5? Knight b5, bishop e5, same shit, different day. The problem is knight g6, hg6, threatening rook takes h2. Just like, you're on the screen. Oh man, Schieberspieler, youngest senior world champion, question mark. Thank you. FIDE Master Schieberspieler, our buddy. Donating to the Senior World Championship Fund. Only one IM I saw has won the 50 plus World Senior to get the GM title. That I saw Jens Christensen did it. People have done it in the 65. Like, several people. Ohotnik, Larry Kaufman. You know, if it was 65 plus, okay, I definitely have. Easy win. But 50 plus, only Jens Christensen did it in 2012. So we're going to try. But I guess it all depends, you know, like how many Grandmasters show up and how strong they are and how old they are and, you know, who you get paired with. There's a lot of luck that goes into, like, winning an open chess tournament. I mean, this is something that people just kind of don't really think about seriously. I'm going to freaking play this, and I don't know why. d4. e4. What about e4? Schieberspieler on the screen with a $5 donation to support the World Senior Championship Fund. We've got 137 days to raise money for the tournament before it starts. In November, 11 rounds Swiss against other old people. This is going to be, by the way, guys, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be probably the last tournament I ever play in where I'm the youngest player in the field. You know, this is going to be an amazing feeling. To be the youngest player in a tournament will be refreshing. Easier to prepare. I would imagine so. Damn, I can't remember what I looked at with Ubatis. No, it wasn't Ubatis. It was Coach Ah. We actually went over this exact variation. But I just am blanking. I thought it was a central pawn move. Let's say like bishop g2, knight g6. I have to take. He takes to the h pawn. Now I have like knight e4. But then bishop e5. And black's threatening f5. d3. f5. Bishop g5. Queen d7. Okay, I'm liking it. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I totally don't know what I'm doing. I'm committed. Committing suicide. We're going to try to take on g6 and play knight e4, defending against the threat of rook takes h2. And like maybe I'm going to get destroyed here. I miscalculated already. That's good. No. Not exactly. No, I calculated bishop e5, d3, f5, bishop g5, queen d7, knight f6 check. And I stopped there. Yeah. No, f5, knight takes d6. Okay, he can do it. Yeah, he can do it. That's true. Maybe I just castle. f5, knight d6, queen d6 castles. That looks pretty scary. Maybe I don't castle. Take, d3. Rook takes h2. Yeah, it is kind of scary. Rook takes h2, rook takes h2, queen g3 check. He did f5 immediately. Damn. Alright, I gotta take. Maybe I just play king f2. It's just Uber driver. Oh, I have another move. Interesting. I have d4 here. Honestly, I could play d3. d4, rook h2, bishop f4. Well, we gotta do it. Lord Teddy, thank you for the analysis beginning Thursday. You're welcome. Guys, another stream for game analysis on Thursday. We're back to normal schedule. I just don't know. This is scary. Unfortunately, my From Gambit knowledge is just non-existent. Almost non-existent. Was there a case to be made here for another move? I mean, king f2, it looks really dangerous. Long run. There's stuff like g5, f4. I just don't really like that. I'm afraid I blundered. But maybe not. This is a position like Rockport would love. Okay, let's just embrace it. I mean, it's crazy. There's all sorts of shit going on. Whatever. What, I mean, I could even play like rook h2, rook h2. This is the position, sorry. Rook h2, rook h2, queen g3 check. King f1, queen h2. And, okay, I sacked a pawn. But his king's in the center too, you know. So the plan was to play bishop f4. What's wrong? What's wrong with the plan? The plan makes sense. Don't change the plan, right? This was the plan. Stick with the plan. We're not playing Rockport. I mean, this guy likes clarity. It's kind of weird that Uber Driver plays the Fromm's Gambit. Actually, if you think about it. He plays a lot of very solid stuff, and then turning around and he's playing the Fromm's Gambit. Hey, if you have any money left over, you should buy yourself a snappy suit like Rockport. Rockport thinks he's like a rock star. He's got the long hair. He's dressing cool, the sunglasses. But why not? Live it up. Alright. What was that? Rockport and Nepomniachtchi, like, just, he's irrational? It's just irrational, right? We're all sitting at home with our computers. But I think still, in fairness, it was an absolutely absurd, irrational Rockport moment, right? Where he, like, basically forces Nepomniachtchi into a line that's a forced draw, doesn't take the draw, avoids the repetition, and plays for a win into a, like, lost position. Classic Rockport moment. Brought to you by the Hungarian Chess Federation. Sheba Spiller, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. I guess castling kingside is illegal. Even if I can get my A-Rook over to H1, castling kingside is still illegal. Bring it on, bro. I'm down a pawn in an endgame. But I have the mammoth pawn on d4. To call him the mammoth. Mammoth pawn. He's a mammoth boy. I'm not afraid to trade queens. Obviously. But it's very hard for black, you know, okay, black's only plan of development is like bishop d7 and castle queenside. Does that look safe? Man, I wouldn't be surprised if I could play queen b3, drop 2 pieces, and be like checkmating black here. Queen b3, queen a1 check, king f2, queen h1, queen g8 check. He's almost getting mated, like up 2 pieces. Queen g8 check. King d7. But I'm just like kind of joking around. Seriously, black's position doesn't look safe. Number one, if he ever plays bishop b6, this is my only problem, this pawn on c3. If I trade queens, I'm better, but I think he has like serious chances to draw. If I don't trade queens, I'm better, but I have serious chances to win. But like, what's going on? Rook c1. Yeah, maybe I should play king f2. There's a problem with that too, though. King f2, queen c3, and now he's starting to trade queens again with like queen takes d4. I have a huge advantage here, though. It's pretty massive. This is a crazy decision. It was a bad decision. Alright. But we made it. Bad decision. Probably I should have just played like rook c1. Queen c1 was fine. Guess I could play e3. Let him check me again and put my king on g1. It's always a possibility. I mean, as long as his rook is on a8 and not h8, my king is pretty safe on g1. Unlike his king, which is never going to be safe. Radishen, welcome. We're coming for your king, dude. It's just a matter of time. But the truth will set you free. Uber driver is like Mr. Ironically, again, Mr. You should castle early. It's so principled. And again, he's not castled. You're a hypocrite, dude. Constantly talking about early castling, and you never put your money where your mouth is. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm just giving him a hard time. I like Uber driver. We got to talk some trash here. Welcome to our Ponda Rapid tournament. World Loser was here earlier. I don't know if he's in the field. I haven't had a chance to really look at the field. We've been so engaged in our games. This is round 2. National Master. What's his name again? Camel Culture. Alms, Candidate Master. Sheep's Fielder, stop by. Okay. So now, the trade of queens is a problem because rook c1, take, check, takes, knight takes d4, rook c7, and then he has knight e6. I thought black is like getting raked over the coals here. Take, knight e6. And then he's like trading all the pieces. I mean, rook h7, knight takes f4. My god. I can't let him do that. Bishop takes c6. It's possible, but I'm skeptical. You know, it might work. I'm so far ahead of development here. And maybe bishop takes c6 is seriously strong. Like, what's he gonna do? Take, rook c1? Can he hold on? I have d5. He's getting ripped apart on the dark squares. Dude, where are your pieces? Check it out. Wendy, where are your pieces? I've got 1, 2, 3 pieces in play. Bring it on, bro. What are you gonna do? Show me what you got. Pawn takes. How much counterplay can he generate on the light squares? He took with the queen. Might be a mistake. I mean, why would I not play rook c1 here? Because d5 is strong too? Where is he gonna go? Queen d5? Rook c5. Welcome to hell. I teach this all the time in my lessons, but material doesn't matter in opposite color bishop positions when there are heavy pieces on the board like this. This is a good example of a position. It doesn't really matter that I'm down 2 pawns because we've got a power play on the dark squares, and he just like can't defend himself. Where is everybody? It's awful quiet in the chat here for the last 10 minutes. They're all in awe of this awesome position. The power of the queen. It can be a rook. I just want to get in queen h1 really bad. But every time I get to play Uber Driver in a Fromm's Gambit, we have fun. Juicebox Wizard is here. Fromm's stands for fun. Birds is the words, and Fromm stands for fun. Damn, dude. I think the Uber Driver probably should have seriously considered taking with the pawn, to be honest. Maestro Asterbait. Maestro Asterbait. So guys, we've got $30 now supporting the senior championship entry. Just the entry fee alone is €100. Then I've got my travel expenses, but I think we'll keep it under 2,000. Anything left over, I'll use for a celebration party at the end. Now, man, I mean, it's so tempting to play Rook C5 here. Dude, this is brutal. Is he not just getting, like, totally brutalized? Rook takes C7 or Queen H1 or Rook C5. I can't even decide, like, which I like the best. They're all so good and juicy. Juicy! This is subtle. Very subtle. It's juicy. How you like castling now? How your castling coming? Classical castling player. Rook takes C7 doesn't really threaten anything, but this this does. This is a serious threat. So what are you gonna do? Hey, King F7. King F8? Try to find a move for black. But at least he has 2 pawns to take to the grave. I'm curious about this opening. I know it was good up until a point. But here I thought I was supposed to move my central pawns forward, but if I play d4, he hits me with knight takes d4. And I don't really want to sacrifice my queen like Heinrich Danielson. The dude did that in a similar position we looked at like last week. I think he must have been on drugs or something. You can't just like sacrifice your queen randomly for 2 pieces. Why would you do that? That's crazy. He did it, it was unsound, and he won the game anyway, but... Alright. I gotta bust this. The Bird's surprise weapon at the senior championship. Jeez. It's like capitulation, right? Queen takes A2. Now we gotta get our queen going. I wanted to play this move really badly. It's aesthetic. Queen Fianchetto. How you doing? Everything's alright. Don't worry about it. It'll only like pinch a little bit and then it'll all be over. It's like getting your vaccination. I'm just not a materialistic girl. How are we doing? Heavy metal. Alright, Queen G8. Now we're having fun. This is important. You know, S.T. Brown said works on so many levels. This is really important, isn't it? Seriously. Because the queen takes G7 is going to, like, brutalize him. The queen takes B7. Phew, this is horrible. Bishop d7. Queen b7. Rook d8. Like, bishop g5. Ugh. Blah. 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 It's a nightmare. I have better. Maybe I have better. I could just take it. Suck his king up to e6. And then play like, d5 check. King f6. Queen c6 check. Yeah, he might not be getting mated there. This is horrible, dude. Poor Uber driver. You just gotta stop playing the Fromm's Gambit. I feel like there's some sort of brilliancy here. Nothing special, really. Bishop g5. I mean, queen h6 probably wins. Bishop g5. Bishop g5, bishop d7, take, check. King e6, d5 check. Oof. King e5. Bishop f4 check. No, I mean, it's simpler to just take on b7. He has no defense to queen takes b7. It's just fancy to play rook takes d7. Why do that? You know, why give him any chance at all? But I can just simply play queen takes b7. Play that funky chess, queen h4 was an idea, but he just kept blocking it with like bishop d7, same thing, you know? I think I just play queen b7 here. This is no defense. Gnarly, man. Alright. Quick, just check of the opening. I'm really curious, like, if we actually played a proper line. Wow, there's only one game where this ever happened. That's crazy. It was a good player with black, too. That's insane. This position has only arisen once. Wow. That's really, really weird. Weird. Oh, so knight c3 is a novelty. It's the #1 move of Stockfish. I analyzed this before. That's kind of why I wanted to play it, because it was a new move. I feel like we're transposing. So here Heinrich Danielson lost against Rain Stern. I saw this game. I've actually played through this game before. He was better and then like lost the thread at some point. But I did a different move. Okay, knight h4. Oh, black did a different move. So black went on to win that, but white has a good position. Ooh, Heinrich Danielson did something crazy in his game. So bishop g2 is a novelty. I made one blunder, one inaccuracy. I should have played d4, but I was afraid of knight takes d4. What is the deal with this? So I just give up the pawn and get on with it. Right. You didn't play bishop e5. This is the critical line. I was going to play d3. Anyway, interesting stuff. Alright. Thanks for the game, Uber driver. Arsenal fan. Is Arsenal fan here? Arsenal is just a trainee mod. Benutzer. He's still on the trainee stage. Mr. Coffee's always #1 mod. He's our longest standing mod. Okay, hey, it's Miro against Camel Culture. Wow. What the heck is going on? Hey, it's Miro. Go, dude. Show him what you can do, this new National Master. Kings are like in the wrong place. What are your kings doing? On like F1 and A6, guys. Black's king is where White's king should be, and White's king is like just in totally Zimbabwe. I don't know, is Camel Culture, is Hey It's Miro like playing for a win here, or is he trying to hold? G4 is a tough decision. He's creating more weaknesses. I think like it should probably be a draw. But not so simple. Anything could happen here. You know, even if Camel Culture like wins a pawn, I mean, he's gonna have this like kind of bad bishop. Gut instinct is that it's a draw, but Hayesmere will probably like lose on time or something. Hey Miro, it's kind of like tricky because he plays fast, but he also loses on time a lot. He needs to just trust his instincts and not let his time, you know, run down quite so low a little bit more. Don't lose on time here, man. Just go with your instincts. Don't dig yourself in a hole too much. Check, king d1, rook takes c5, rook f3, knight f5, rook h3. He didn't do it. He did a check there. What's that? What is this? Now Camel Culture's king comes out. I'm not sure what's going on. Whoa. Totally unexpected move. You gotta get the king off a6, man. I don't care what you do. Get it off of a6. Why is White's king on a6 in this position? How did it get on a6? That's an even better question. How the heck did like White's king get on a6 in the middle game? Just don't lose on time. Come on. You got a lot of moves. You're not losing. I take it back. Now you're losing. Hey, it's Miro. Finds a way to lose it. We've seen some good endgame technique from National Master Camel Culture. Yeah, every time I quit smoking, I just go cold turkey. Poor Hates Miro. Dude, you were probably better. You know. Objectively. But maybe it wasn't enough to beat. Maybe it was just a draw. Alright, good effort by Hates Miro though. He was hanging on against the new National Master. Any other games? No. So Sparkle Horse, Zen Chess, Camel Culture, all 3-0. Play like Sparov, Stapvargan with 1.5. Wow. And nobody else. 23 players. No leaving the tournament. You're not allowed to withdraw. Is Oms? Oms already left. He beat Ruslan, but he's gone. Maybe he'll come back. Yeah, man. I think like 10 days with smoking. I was pretty home free, and I smoked for a long time without any assistance. I think the hardest thing is if you drink alcohol on a regular basis. You have to basically stop that too if you want to quit smoking. You can't like drink alcohol and quit smoking at the same time. So I had that complication when I was trying to quit smoking. Alright. Not easy to quit smoking if you're drinking alcohol at the same time. Alcohol reduces your inhibitions, and it's not good for... I've quit smoking twice. Once permanently and once for like 3 years before that. So I'm a pro. Yeah, that's what I did. I just like didn't drink for a week and didn't smoke for 10 days, and I was home free. Once in a while I would be slightly tempted, but just kind of stay away from people who smoke for like a week or two. And within 2 weeks you're golden. After 2 weeks, like, no desire to smoke at all. Yeah, I mean, if you don't drink alcohol, I think quitting smoking would be pretty easy. Should be. You could substitute something like eating more snacks, kind of. I don't know if a doctor would say that, but a lot of people gain weight when they quit smoking, but it shouldn't necessarily be permanent. Alright. The clutcher. I'm in the clutches of the clutcher. The new clutcher. I've been playing a lot of different stuff, and I haven't been adhering to my standard opening repertoire. So Camel Culture has probably better knowledge of this opening. If it's like a Catalan, I don't really play the black side of the Catalan much. I've been trying to play the French and fooling around with the Dutch, but not seriously. Okay, like B3 it's fine. It's not a big deal. You get like a reverse double fianchetto. Uh-oh. Now he's playing the birds opening. Interesting. Don't really think we have an option here. I mean, you could play knight e7 or something weird. Be resolute. You quit 30 years ago. 2 packs a day is hardcore. I never got above like a pack, maybe a little bit over. Yeah, cigarettes are, it's really bad too. I'm like really anti-smoking now. I don't mean to be like a grandmom, but once you quit smoking, it's like the like ex-smokers are the most anti-smoking people, it seems like. Queen e7. I don't think I ever smoked more than a little over a pack. Yeah, 2 packs a day is hardcore. That's like what my mom did. My mom smoked for like 70 years. It's solid. Knight C3. Looks funky. That's the best thing about getting Alzheimer's. It's easy to quit smoking. Alright, really bad and true Alzheimer's joke, but it was true. It was like so easy for my mom to quit smoking. She's like, wait, didn't I used to smoke? I don't know, Mom, I don't remember that. Alright. What are we doing here, dude? I was planning to play e5, but I guess I can't. So white's setup is a little more subtle than I thought. I'll do this. Every cloud, what does that mean? No, it was just a funny coincidence. I didn't intend to like force my mom to quit smoking, but she was like in the hospital when her Alzheimer's got really bad, and she just like wasn't allowed to smoke for a week in the hospital. And by the time like I brought her home, she had started to like kind of forget, and it was just so easy to like just let her quit, and it was just funny for someone who smoked for 70 years. That's how brutal the Alzheimer's is. She barely remembered that she used to smoke a pack a day. So Camel Culture seriously playing this opening. Alright. Once or twice she asked like for her cigarettes. I was like, oh no, the doctor said you're not supposed to. And she was like complaining a little bit, and then, you know, you forget what you're thinking 5 minutes later, so yeah, unfortunately Alzheimer's is more deadly than smoking. Alright. But whatever. Alright. How did I get sucked into playing this weird position? Retreat from the center? Master, are you sure about that? Retreat from Alcatraz. It's certainly an interesting game. So every game is like a bird's opening. Whoa. Whoa, wait a minute now. That's not okay. Dude, that is completely not okay. That's bad. You're a bad friend. How could you even do that to me? Good God. Alright, this is serious. Now we start to use our time. This is a problem. Knight D1 and Knight H4. I mean, this is ridiculous. How? I'm pouring too much wine. We're going to need a lot of water. How are my ice cubes coming? Not ready yet. We need a lot of water. This looks like something I would play exactly, Mr. Coffee. And now I'm like screwed because of knight h4. Alright. Be resolute. This is what I was saying earlier. Knight g6. Knight f5 is going to grab the g7 pawn with check. You know, I could play knight g6, knight f5, and like bishop e5. But I'm just getting trashed with knight takes g7. Be resolute. Castle into it. Castle queenside. Like, there is no easy way to play this, alright? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest about it. Castle queenside, castle kingside, or bishop c8. And bishop c8, I don't like it. Castle kingside, knight f5, is one nasty MF. And he has exchange sacks. I'm not doing that either. So I guess we're castling queenside. Man, do I really have to do this? Maybe I should consider other options. Bishop c8, is it that stupid to play bishop c8? Is it really that stupid? Yeah. Alright, I'm castling queenside. This is crazy, man. But I'll say I'm drunk or something. I don't know. Man, knight h4. Brutal. Knight d1 and knight h4. Shit. You have that. I don't think he's going to do like positional exchange sack on f6 with the castle queenside. Would you do castle queenside, Mr. Coffee? I mean, if I have to, I'll play rook g8. Whatever. I was thinking about knight f5, knight e8, but I mean, that's really pathetic, isn't it? He has knight h7 though. I mean, maybe I have to play it. Maybe I could sack the pawn. Seriously. Knight f5, h5, knight takes g7, and just go postal. We should have Uber driver like attacking chances from Gambit. Man, I don't know. We're gonna have to play this. Like a god. I was even looking at sacking my bishop. Knight f5, knight g4. Knight g7, bishop takes g3. H takes g3, queen g3. But he has f1 for his king when he moves his rook. I don't know, man. I mean, do I have enough attack there? I might, you know. Whoa. Dr. Queenside? What are you doing over there? You're supposed to play knight f5. Whatever. No, that's not happening. Not happening. He's a genius. We're both geniuses. That file is, it's like a good English on the other side of the board. Very Sicilian-like. Exchange sacks like you'd have on c3, knight f5, like a knight c4. I got caught kind of like without really having a plan here. It would have been safer to castle kingside in retrospect, I guess. Busting out the moves. Knight f5 was played. NM fresh. Well, there's always bishop f8. That's kind of sad, huh? But it's not utterly absurd to play bishop f8. I mean, not really what I want to do. Knight f5, though, it's really a problem. King b8. Knight g7. Knight e8. Knight e8 is like mega passive. h5 was my other idea. Knight g7. I think we go for it. I think we should go for it. This was the plan, right? I'm not afraid. We just try to rip his face off. I mean, I'm losing this pawn anyway. It's too hard to protect it. Why protect it? I'm going to try to go crazy, you know, and annihilate him. That's the logic in castling opposite sides, right? I don't know if it's sound. But I mean, the problem is, like, when he plays knight g7, my knight on f6 is hanging. So that's why I was looking at knight g4 and sacking a piece with bishop takes g3. What was the variation again? Knight g7? No, I don't even remember. I think I said knight g7, knight eg4. That doesn't make sense. I could play knight fg4. Knight e4. There's all kinds of interesting ideas. I mean, primarily my knight is hanging, right? If I play h4, he's taking my knight. Then I take on g3. I'm down the knight. He recaptures. If I have like mega open lines, it's probably not enough. It's close though. I guess rook g8, knight f5, h4. I really don't want to allow exchanges of pieces necessarily here. I mean, I sacrificed a pawn. Lost it, if you prefer. I was thinking about knight e4, knight g4. Knight fg4. Knight e4. I need to play h4 at some point. Knight e4, d3. Maybe I just like don't protect it and do like h4, pawn takes e4, pawn takes g3. It looks too slow. I need to get this h4 in like right away. Rook d g8, rook takes f6, rook takes g7. Looks slightly dubious. What about knight g4, h3? I mean, is he like in fatal danger if he does that? Can I do like a fishing pole? Brian Wall would love this. Knight e4. Knight fg4. Knight fg4. Although objectively black's position may not be sound, I mean, it really looks like I have a lot of activity. That should be enough for like a fast time control to stir up some serious complications. But I have to make a decision, you know. If I play knight g4, he plays h3, and I'm going to have to sacrifice a piece or play knight h6. Knight h6, and then like knight takes h5, and I'm down like a couple of pawns. Or I sack a piece, but like what? Knight on g4 has like nowhere to go. Knight h2, king takes. Phew, there's some crazy line there. Knight g4, h3. Knight f4, h3, knight h2. King h2, knight g4 check. That's freaking nuts. It almost certainly can't work. Am I missing anything? Knight e4, d3, knight g4. That's crazy, right? Yeah. Alright, I gotta make a decision. h4. Rook takes f6. Pawn takes g3, h3. Hides behind the pawn. That's a problem. I don't know what to do. I'm waiting for a moment of inspiration. It's not coming. h4, rook takes f6. Pawn takes pawn, h3. Don't see it. Knight e4. d3. Knight takes g3. Pawn takes g3. Knight g4. Thanks, Art Vega. 100 bits. We need the force. Intuition. Art Vega donated 100 bits. Thank you, sir. Check out his stream. Zorakaya with 100 bits. Use the force. Use the force. Knight g4, knight e4, knight e4 d3, e4 d3, knight e4 d3. I can't just sacrifice a piece for nothing. Knight e4 d3, knight g5, maybe. Is it that bad? Alright, I'm just gonna make a move. I don't know. Whatever. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. It looks like I'm toast. I couldn't find a good line. I just assumed there would be some sacrificial attacking chances for me, and it just doesn't seem like it's there. But who knows? Maybe it's there. I just don't see it. Can I sack piece on g3? I'd be a full piece down. The answer is probably not. But it's something you still got to consider. Like d3, knight g4, or d3, knight takes g3, hg3, knight g4. Threatening bishop takes g3. Knight f5, bishop takes g3. Knight takes g3, queen g3. Rook somewhere, you know. Rook f3, queen h2 check. I have discoveries with like d4. I mean, there could be some kind of like long-term sacrifice. I'm just down a pawn. We don't have to freak out, right? Do we have to freak out? Knight f2. Who would have imagined? Knight f2. I mean, it's a strong move strategically. I mean, now I have knight f3 check. That looks kind of scary, doesn't it? I mean, I really think that he should have played d3. I mean, that was the expectation. Maybe I had something, you know, I was seriously considering sacking my knight. I probably would have just played knight g5 or something. But now it looks scary for white. I mean, knight f3 check is a seriously... There's some seriously dangerous stuff going on. If he takes on e5, he's like dropping the exchange. He's suddenly like in the... You know, he's in the danger zone. Pawn takes pawn. It can't hurt to play pawn takes pawn. Freak out. I feel like everything's okay now. Like, I used all that time. h5. Yeah, I mean, there were variations where that was hanging, although it's a pawn that, like, you don't necessarily want to take. But I saw at least one variation where he's taking that pawn and I didn't like it. I saw one line where I'm just like 2 pawns down. Yeah, I didn't like that. But I'm not sure. The position is obviously like, it was a little too complicated for this time control. Everything's going to plan now. According to plan. I didn't have to sacrifice a piece and I have good attacking chances. Here we go, opposite color bishops again. Maybe I had something better. And the point is he doesn't have time to like take my rook on h8. Because his queen is going to be attacked next move if he captures. He has to watch for tactics. Like, rook takes d2. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the main variations. White sacks the exchange. Pretty logical continuation. He's got 2 pawns for the exchange. Maybe it's enough. Though his king is still not safe. Bishop takes g3. Or maybe just like rook g8 would be best. Bishop e5. Bishop b7 check. King takes. Queen check, king a7. But I don't like taking on f3. Rook g8 looks reasonable. I'm really short of time. It's ironic because the like open file. I took my rook off the open file there. But Material is equal. Prox. Knight and 2 pawns for a rook. He's always got the 2 bishops. Camel Culture is bishop master. We don't want to let him get into like mating me with a bishop pair or something like that. Bishop b7, queen b7. I wish I hadn't taken my rook off the open file there. Yeah. Bishop b7, king b7, queen g, queen f3 check, king a7, for example. Or king a7, knight d6, rook d6. Yep. Crazy stuff. Tricky. g4. Wow. Totally unexpected. Securing his knight. Makes sense though. Ironically, I think he should want to trade queens here. But he might lose his g-pawn. This was not really my plan. To trade queens. But if I get the free pawn on g4, it's okay. Then he's really fighting for a draw. If he loses g4, he can never be better. Only like try to save the game. Aha. Nice. Nice move. I'm going to try a crazy idea here. Avoiding exchanges. Okay. Do I have c4? That's crazy, no. That's no. We just want to create some complication now. Wow, that is crazy. I shouldn't have given him that extra pawn. It's really unbelievable. Complicated position. Don't want to play rook b3 though. Damn. Sees everything. He has this really strong pawns now. Man, he dropped a piece. I think I was losing, objectively. Why didn't you play King D3? Check, king here, here. No. What am I saying? Check, king E2. Not king D3. Rook H1. C5. He's winning, yeah. I went too far. I ended up with like better CPL, but I mean he was like killing me. He only made like 2 big blunders. At this stage he played really well. Once I traded queens. The stupid trick, man. This is crazy. I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I should just like try to fight for a draw here. He has 2 pawns, but he's really well coordinated in his knight f5. King f3, like g4 was a great move. Or was it g4? Yeah, he played that part of the game great. That's like the 10th time. Leon's joined our team. Okay, I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, it's just garbage. I should have lost. But it was an interesting game, you know, prior. The end was garbage. It's not even a swindle. I mean, he just hung a piece. It's sort of stupid. Alright. +6, yeah. I mean, I was hoping, like, maybe We have to go to analysis board. But I was hoping that maybe I could somehow miraculously draw. After check, king here, rook h1, c5, check. King moves, rook takes c2, king c2, bishop c5, bishop c5, rook takes here. I'm just lost. I'm lost. Yeah, it's hopeless. Sad state of affairs. Oh, we lost the screen? Alright. We got it back. It was a sad state of affairs. Another dubious win. More than dubious. Very unsound. The trading queens, he went from like equal to +3. But I was having trouble like finding a constructive move. If I don't trade queens, I'm like getting queen a8 checked. No, he's just like clearly better. Zen chess, future national master. Hansmiro is coming back from his defeat at the hands of Camel Culture. We have 2 rounds left. Can't play the bird every game. That's a bad idea. The bird wasn't meant to be built in a day. Just want to get him out of book. Bird wasn't built in a day. Zen just plays the Najdorf, and I think he knows it pretty well, and I don't. I'm having better luck with dubious positions. I didn't even see rook takes f5 till I played it. It wasn't like I was playing for rook takes f5. Right. C3 Sicilian. Yes, the refreshing feeling of like winning a lost position where you played like shit. Camel Culture outplayed me in the opening, then he lost the thread, then I might have been better, but then, you know, it was like I'm equal at best and I win. Then I was lost. The Kronberger. Lord Teddy is continuing the gift sub they got from Move 11. Guys, thanks for supporting the outing. Thanks for Art Vega and Zorakaya also. Bit donations. Kronberger United. Burger Kron. It's just a weird C3 Sicilian now. But obviously, like, knight A3 is a thing. Welcome to Burger Kron. C3, D4. Pawn takes pawn. Queen takes. Well, my knight is there. What is my knight doing there? Why did you play A6? A6 gel. Alright, whatever. I don't know. It's a weird position. Move 11 just gifted a tier 1 sub to the community. It went to Skewerly. Haven't seen Squirrely in a while. I want to say Skewerly, but it's actually Squirrely. I always thought it was Skewerly in the beginning. I play poker badly ever since he got that job. What are we talking about? I'm only on my third wine cooler. There's just like half a glass of wine, so I shouldn't be drunk. I drank a glass and a half of wine, so it shouldn't be enough to make me inebriated. Just relax. Squirrely. Wait, who got a job? FIDE Master, who's a legend from New York City, Asa Hoffman, he wrote a book called The Last Gamesman. It's got some pretty good reviews. I didn't read it yet, but it's cool when a personality like that has, interesting experiences and stories outside of just, theoretical chess, personalities in chess. But one of Asa Hoffman's favorite. The reason I bring this up is because Asa Hoffman's favorite comment was always like he never worked a day in his life. That was like his most famous sort of expression. Obscurely got a job. Well, I'm sorry to hear it. A real chess player never works a day in his life. I remember like the third tournament I ever played in. I was like 1400, and Asa Hoffman was trying to like hustle me to play Blitz with him. It's pretty funny. You're like a legendary like Manhattan Blitz hustler, and you're trying to like hustle 1400s. All right, whatever, man. 1986 U.S. Class Championship. Chess, hustling chess is a job, actually. So he's wrong. I did it for a while, and it wasn't easy. So which way do we take here? The dead pawn. The dead zone. If I take on d4, I feel like my knight is stupid. Would you guys agree? Or would you take back with the c pawn? It's just like a weird c3 Sicilian, which I don't play, but neither does Zen Chess probably play this setup. What is this? I bet Zen Chess doesn't play the a6 move in the c3 Sicilian typically. Job getting away of chess. John Curto famously claimed that his first marriage was a choice between chess and his wife, and he said he chose chess. The funny part was he later remarried and had this wife who was really positive about chess, so it was a happy ending. I think her kid actually was a strong chess player, like a 2100. You don't want your family life to get in the way of chess, or your job to get in the way of chess. I'll have to ask my boss if I can get time off for the World Senior Championship in November. But Miro, you have that problem. Move 11 has that problem, where the job is getting in the way of chess. Skewerly now has the same problem. Just gotta move into your mom's basement. It's the only solution. Become a basement dweller. Guys, thanks seriously for everyone coming by. And I realize it's a long tournament, and a lot of you guys can only play a few rounds. But we have a good turnout of the regulars from my stream that at least showed up and hung out or played a game or two. I have put up an announcement, as you can see on the screen. I'm playing in the World Senior Championship in November in Italy, and trying to become the youngest ever World Senior Champion. Kind of would be a funny joke, but I could literally become the first person ever to win the World Senior under the age of 50 if I win it. So miracles happen, you know, they do happen. It's happened to me. I've had miraculous chess and poker tournaments. So I haven't had any luck in a long time. Maybe I'm due. I think I'm due. Alright. Bishop d3. Classic c3 Sicilian action here. Do you want to consider taking on c6 maybe? How do you feel about that? Be the chess psychiatrist. How does that make you feel? Taking on c6. How does it make you feel, move 11? I feel this is more building, but maybe I should just build a bear workshop. Maybe I should just castle. We'll just castle. I mean, not castling queenside. I'm not Uber driver. Do we take with the knight or with the pawn? And I'm going to make another comment here, and I've long maintained this, but wine is more conducive to playing chess than beer, I think. What is this donation bar for? Cheese outs. Just good question. World Senior Champ, 50 plus, Assisi, Italy, November. Send Slaggy to the World Senior Championship to become the youngest ever world champion for seniors in the history of chess. The first one ever to do it under the age of 50. It can be done. It's within the rules. Help to make me the youngest senior champion of all time. And a grandmaster all in one shot. Your money can send Slaggy. His youngest ever, impressive. Of course it is. I don't know why. Yeah, man, I mean, it's not easy to do that, right? There's a lot of experience out there. I'm going up against those experienced grandmasters. Old is the new young. If Jens Christiansen can do it, I can do it. Well, he's a strong IM. He had like 2480 max lifetime rating. I'm like 2470 approx. Comparable. But he was 60. They have speed chess tournaments too. I'll probably play. Get my ass kicked by some old guys. Can you imagine a world where Rajabov beats Nepo tomorrow? Well, keep in mind, Rajabov, if he's ever felt positive in this tournament, it's like right now, you know. Seriously, I mean, momentum goes a long way. In sports, momentum, you know, it's hard to define, but it's a very real thing. There's a lot of psychology involved. If Rajabov's going to beat anyone, like tomorrow would be, kind of likely, because he's going to feel good about himself after beating Nakamura. I've actually played positions of this ilk with black before. It's pretty similar to a standard c3 Sicilian now, despite the early knight c2 and a6 and stuff. So, do you keep the strong pawn on e5 and just play for space advantage, or do you take? The more I look at taking, the less I like it, you know. Well, maybe I'm being pessimistic. Structurally, it makes sense for me. What does he do? Like bishop takes? Black is fairly resilient here. Do I have knight takes f5? I'm a tactical buzzsaw. Knight takes f5. Rook takes f5. Jesus. This works, doesn't it? I am like tactical god. It's very deep. Knight f5, rook f5, bishop f5. Pawn f5, queen c4 wins a piece. That's pretty sick. Knight f5, pawn f5, bishop c4. Queen a5. Nah, not really a big deal. Alright. Missed a simple queen takes bishop, pin, threatening knight. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable playing the white side of the c3 Sicilian, but I can put myself in his position and say I don't feel comfortable with black's position. I've been there and I don't like it, you know. I don't know what he's supposed to play. But I think like, first of all, trading knights is an option, but d6 is probably what you got to do, you know. You got to destroy my strong point. But why queen c7? We gotta point the finger at queen c7 probably. Although, you know, a6 isn't very useful either. I mean, nothing would surprise me, Camel Culture. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, if you ran this tournament 10 times, you'd have a different winner. You know, many, many times. Maybe Nepomniachtchi would win 2.5 out of 10, you know, but you're still going to get a different winner like 7 times. There's a lot of luck involved, how people feel, maybe they had the flu, you know, your girlfriend fought with you before the game. How many factors like go into, seriously, how many factors go into deciding like a chess game outside of the moves themselves? How the players feel, how they feel in an emotional state, you know. I had a chess psychologist, not a chess psychologist, but I used to actually go to a sports psychologist for like 2 years. And you know something strange? I mean, maybe it was coincidence, but I had the best results I've ever had in chess. Like my peak results during the 2 years when I was like seeing a sports psychologist. Maybe it was just that I was in the peak level, you know. I was in my peak age, sure, but maybe it's not a coincidence. Like being very aware of psychological factors. So no, I wouldn't be surprised if Rajaba beat Nepo tomorrow, because shit happens, and you know, it's just a tournament. If you're talking about a match or something, well, yeah, that's not likely to happen. But I don't think it would be that shocking if any one game is surprise result. Alright, here we are. Knight f5, pawn f5, bishop c4. Deep tactical ideas with International Master Will. Give me my piece back now. ST33 said, did one of the interviewers come down with COVID? Interviewers. Is that a title? They have a new title. Is Hammer somebody's second? Man, it seems like, are they mandatory testing for COVID at the tournament? It seems like a lot of places have dropped their requirements and stuff. Oh, Hammer did commentary on chess.com. Like in Hungary, like no one's getting tested for COVID anymore. It seems like I'm honestly more concerned at this point that like Russia takes over the world than COVID. But you never know, like a more deadly variant could come out, you know? People have like kind of let their guard down, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that a more dangerous strain of COVID could still pop up. Or monkeypox, if we're lucky. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, what the deal is with China. Of course, you gotta factor in the fact that all those people in China, they got like the Sinovac. Like, they inoculated people with a vaccine that doesn't work very well. So that's probably an issue, you know. When you distribute a vaccine that doesn't really work, you probably have to take different measures. But no, it seems like it's all political. Obviously, like, China doesn't have to take such extreme measures. They're using it as a means of controlling the population, which is part of their agenda anyway. Man, Zenchess did not have a good game today. He was not really... He did a Rajabov. Rajabov early Rajabov. We're seeing our early Rajabov. But I'm getting cocky. Yeah, like, good luck getting antiviral in, like, Africa or something. But yeah. I don't think we're seeing a lot of that here in Hungary. Unless you have, like, connections. But not, like, readily available. But theoretically, yes. I'm afraid to, like, buy property in Hungary because of the war. What happens if, like, Putin decides to take over Hungary, like, or half of, like, Eastern Europe? It's nice that COVID is a little bit not that scary after, what, 2.5 years of this going on? We can finally feel like, oh, it's not the end of the world. Wow, 96 is gonna hang on. You know, this is a really important part of chess. When you realize you made a mistake and you have to, like, admit it. I needed a rook. I needed a rook lift. And I just don't have it. Lose this position. You know, like, typically the temptation is to play too fast, and I'm as guilty as the next guy. Let's not exaggerate now. Alright. Queen h5. King g8. Just got to accept that you made a mistake and move on, right? There is no mate. Forget it. Get on with your life. Right? That's it, man. I kind of spoiled some of my advantage. Now I'm simply up a pawn without any other really concrete edge. Should I try knight h3? Maybe I have more than a pawn, but not a lot more. The time is some edge. I think it's overrated. Like, Zen chess is good with increment. He has a weakness here. In addition to the fact that he's down a pawn. I have control of the open file. So it's not that simple. I have more than I thought. He has a weakness. It would have been easy to get carried away and freak out. Because I wasn't, like, annihilating him immediately. F3. Karpov is the quote for today's tournament, and I was kind of pissed because obviously I don't approve of Karpov being part of the Russian Duma, and for me, I'm sickened by that, but my other option was like a Jen Shahadi poker quote, which I thought was even worse. So I permitted Karpov. Karpov is still better than Jen Shahadi. Alright, what about A4? We go for restriction. What's up, Excel Poker? Job getting in the way of chess? I've heard of that happening. Hey, Cheesemate, what's up? I think I mentioned Cheesemate was here, but you're not playing, are you? Cheesemate. It's too late to join round 4. Dude. Yeah, man. Do I want to play A5, actually? Getting overconfident again. Thanks for stopping by, Excel Poker. You gotta talk to your boss and tell him how important chess is. Nice, rook d8. That makes me sad. Don't like rook d8. Rook d8 is bad. Rook d8 makes me an unhappy camper. Shoot. I have nothing. I have nothing? Rook d1? Takes. No discoveries? Shit. Damn it. Alright, man. You're hanging in there. Yeah, the F3, I mean, it weakens me here on this diagonal. We just gotta suck it up. Play robotic zombie moves. The responsibility of keeping that pawn protected. is somewhat annoying. There's my king. My rook's not in the game. There is queen g6. He can protect it. I think it's garbage. I shouldn't even consider that. But how do I get my rook in the game? Problem is the rook. There's also my king to consider. I don't know what to do. How can I make my king more safe? Let's say. I guess I should try playing b4, but then like the c3 pawn becomes weak. What if I just go for his pawn? Knight e2. Queen g5, of course. And then rook d1. When in doubt, undeveloped. Queen d2. He missed it. Jesus. He had this queen d2. I let him in there. He's defending too well, man. It's getting pretty annoying. At least I got my rook to the center. b7 was hanging, but not so simple. We've stopped his counterplay. I got my rook to a real position. There was a possibility of like b4, but now his rook is sliding over. What if I overprotect? I just got my rook to the center. I'm gonna move it away from the open file or what? b4, rook c7, rook d7. Damn, there's no tactics with the back rank. He's just doing a great job defending this. That sucks. Why did I play rook e1? Super passive and stupid. Right? That's the way I like it. Uh-huh. Super passive and stupid. Why am I having so much trouble winning this? I'm drifting like crazy here. Full drift. Okay, that's a good exchange for me. You know, I just took out his f4 pawn for the a5 pawn. I'll take that deal. Now he's almost toast. Queen c4. Oh no. He fell for the baby tactic. Alright. The Zen chess fails to time pressure, but I'm really happy with my chess recently. Blitz is going well. 2370 again. Alright, back to the peak. Zen chess had 3. I didn't realize you had... Yeah, you had the perfect score. Stapvargan, possibly my last round opponent. Stapvargan drew Camel Culture. Can you say Stonewall attack? World loser up to 2.5. Hayesmiro still playing with Bisonov. Oh man. Another brutal Hayesmiro game. This time he has the time edge and he's winning. This time things are different. But the one thing that is constant with Hayesmiro is that his king is in some... His king is always like in the opponent's half of the board. Like every game, when you're white, your king is like on A6 or D6. He has the journeyman king. Guys, we have $30 in donations toward the World Senior. 1.5 of the way there. 1.5%. 137 days to go. World Senior Championship, Italy, November 2022. Sorry, it's just super hot here, guys. Multi-purpose wine bottle. Don't have AC. The AC is out, and even if it wasn't, it doesn't really reach in my office. Hey, it's Miro. This is a technical win. It's amazing how the knight, protects against most checks. Oof. Shocky. Poor Asterbate. You have Pawn to Sloth Swiss on my big screen. You want to impress your friends. Alright, it's over. Is it over or is it over? I feel kind of bad for winning that crappy game. What just happened? Queen F2 check? Okay. Where did you go? Queen F2 check? King D3. Right. Am I seeing this right? Okay. Does that work? You're queening with check. You're queening with check. Check. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Hey, it's Miro. Maybe my last round opponent. Do you have 3.5? Yeah, that's a nice move. Alright. Congratulations to Camel Culture. National Master. I beat me a National Master. Actually, I didn't. He beat himself in a piece. I have 3. Do I hear 3.5? Where's Uber Driver? We played him in the first round. I handcuffed Uber Driver that first round win. What? I thought I played Uber in the first round. Played Uber in the second round. Okay. So, I am going to play Hey It's Miro or Stat Bargain, depending on colors. Miros do black. Do black. Stat Bargains do black. I don't know about your alternation, guys. Color alternation. Mr. Coffee, National Tournament Director. It's the ending to Searching for Bobby the Fisher. Wait. What's that? I don't remember the ending to Searching for Bobby Fischer at all. All I remember about that movie was the first part where one kid tries to stab the other kid with a pencil or something. I think all I remember from that movie is the opening scene. Really. That was the prime. I was in my prime, man. 1995. Senior Sloths Rapid Swiss Champion. I already won it. I won it even before the last round's over. Camel Culture got stonewalled. Stafford is tough, man, with his stonewall. You kind of gotta be prepared for it, and even if you are, it's still not that easy to beat it. So I've got a tournament in August That'll be the next thing. And I like to like help here. One of the local organizers. The conditions are okay. There's air conditioned playing hall, which isn't that common. So I'm doing the IM tournament in August. That'll be a warm up for November, and I've got Hungarian Team Championship in like September, October. So I should have some games before the World Senior. Hayesmere are not to be underestimated. If players are from Alaska or India, they're especially underrated. One of my best friends called this the double Dutch tree. He thought it was a symmetrical English. We were like 1400. We had studied the English opening and like let him loose in like a quad or something. And we walked over and like to our horror we saw him playing the symmetrical birds opening. The dude didn't play the birds opening. I was like, what are you doing? After the game he was like he thought it was symmetrical English. I was like, dude, it's not symmetrical English. It's your king side. What are you doing? Why are you playing f5? You don't even play the bird. King f2. I'm not that drunk, man. That's fine if you're like a computer pretending to be Bobby Fischer. I know this is actually a real opening, though. I mean, like, people have actually... Man, I had a really weird, really weird memory flashback. I had this opening encyclopedia when I was first starting chess in the mid-'80s. This fat book by I.A. Horowitz. I think it was one of the older, like, 80s era chess opening encyclopedias. Man, I had a really weird flashback. I think this might actually have existed. Like, I might have actually seen it. Symmetrical bird. It just popped in my mind. I don't know if I'm, like, imagining things. Maybe I.A. Horowitz. Was it I.A. Horowitz? I think so. Anyone else have that book? Really ancient opening encyclopedia. It was nice and fat. It had a lot of info. I miss like real chess books. I forget what it was called. Chess Openings, Theory and Practice, or... It wasn't called an encyclopedia, but it was. Your dad has it? I had that, and I used it until, like, eventually I saved up to buy, like, Chess Encyclopedia of Openings by Chess Informant. The quality of the, the lines and stuff. There was also, like, Walter Korn, but I didn't have his book. Modern Chess Openings or whatever. I like the fat book better. It was kind of fun. It was like a telephone book. It's like whipping out the telephone book to study the openings. You look serious with that, It's impressive. Impress your friends. Sadly, the days of fat telephone books are over. It was nice of Art Vega to stop by. Is anybody streaming? I haven't rated anyone in ages. Chess Bia rated us the other day. Art Vega stopped by. It's Tuesday. This strange tranquilizer's not streaming. I should read Ivanchuk. What do you guys think? Can we raid Ivanchuk? I know he's like playing. He's probably playing on chess.com, obviously. If you're gonna raid like some rando. I like his title. Candidates Tournament Round 9 continue. Dude, I have news for you. There's no tournament today. Typical Ivanchuk. He probably doesn't know what day it is. Alright. This is weird for black, huh? How are you going to defend e6? You're going to play like knight c5? I need to do like the camel culture maneuver. I need more practice with the bird. I'm just not comfortable playing the bird. Bird and Dutch type stuff. It's just not that natural for me. I have no experience. I mean, it's kind of like a Queen's Indian, but not exactly the same. Whatever. I just play moves. It's chess. How bad can it be? It's symmetrical English. I told you. Dude, that's a really shitty symmetrical English. What a stupid symmetrical English. Why is your knight on d7 in the symmetrical English? How are you going to defend this? You're going to play knight b8? You're going to put your knight on b6 like Asterbate and the Benoni? These Benoni guys, they like to put their knight on b6. But big time, sorry for stuttering, big time knight misplacement. But I'm not sure, like, knight g5 is a good move. We'll just let it settle, let it settle in slowly. We can't immediately punish him for his stupid knight. Wait till he plays, like, b6, bishop b7, knight g5, resigns. I don't follow Ivanchuk, but he's in the Twitch list. I mean, to be honest, I don't like chess.com, and I don't like to raid people that are streaming on chess.com. Ivanchuk wouldn't know the difference, He just cares about chess. So he's kind of like naive. But I'll raid people who like play on both. Let's say like Vita Levante. But I don't like to support chess.com in any way. Knight e4, freeing up a square for the other knight. Good idea. Now you're talking. The problem is he's going to start hoovering the board. You know, like knight c3, bishop c3, bishop f6. Yeah, it was a shame about World Chess Network. I mean, that had real potential. They seriously blew that. And it wasn't my fault. That was a shit show. They blew a really good opportunity with that site. They had a lot of money from Dadotan, and they just stole it or wasted it. The, you know, people who were running the World Chess Network. I forget what happened. I like became disenchanted because they started like not giving me any jobs. Because other players, they were just kind of like playing favorites. At some point, the administrators were like playing favorites and giving jobs to people who they like better. I don't know. I had been working there for like 2 years, and it didn't feel like I was getting any credit for being like senior. Yahoo Chess. Senorita. Yeah, if you're not a grandmaster, I mean, people just don't give you much respect in chess. And even in a lot of cases for GMs. A lot of GMs who don't even get any respect. But I was screwed over, I felt like, by every place that I've ever, like... It's pretty sad, actually. If I think about every company that I've done work for, I've pretty much been fucked over by everyone. In a way, you know. I've never been treated well by any of the chess-related projects that I've worked for. It's sort of sad when you think about it. But I guess that's the life of being like a private contractor. People will just screw you over. Yeah, I don't think I know that player. Sounds familiar. You know what? Maybe I do know him. That's weird. I think I knew that guy. But not from World Chess Network. He was a player I met in England and played blitz tournaments in like Hastings and stuff. Now that you mention it, Trajkovic? Maybe I'm confusing him with someone else, but I thought that was the guy. It was the guy I played blitz with. I don't know. I was pretty sure that was his name. I thought it was a player I played blitz with in Hastings. Okay, then it's not. It can't be the same guy. It's someone else. Similar name. I guess it's a fairly common, like, Serbian, Slavic, Yugoslavian name. Trajkovic. I'm thinking of a different guy who was, like, FM strength. This guy definitely was too old. Too old to improve to GM later in life. But I can do it. Alright. Mr. Hoover. They call him Herbert. But we're playing a little safely. A little too safely. It's kind of like playing the closed Sicilian, man. This is freaking boring. Honestly. I'm the one who played the birds opening. I take the blame completely. It's not your fault. Although you played the symmetrical birds, which makes it worse. Basically, the birds is... Raid Elon Musk chess? I call him Nylon Mask. It hasn't caught on yet, but it will. No, we're not going to do a raid unless one of my friends comes on. I just don't want to raid someone streaming on the evil chess site. Bill was talking about the site that I used to work for 20 years ago, the World Chess Network. It was kind of ahead of its time. But we used to do like banter chess, like in text commentary. They could have done audio. They should have been more progressive. We used to text commentary the games, but it was a pain to like type in. Now it seems like absurd that we did that. We could have even done like audio probably. It seems absurd like typing in comments while you're playing at the stage. It's very distracting when you're trying to play. I haven't been playing too much chess in the last 15 years, honestly, Golder Khan. If you think about it, like, I've played very little. Just online, okay? If you count these, like, offhand games, okay, I have, like, 30,000 games on lichess, but they're, like, fast games. My over-the-board chess has basically, like, been very, very... I have not played much since, say, 2010. Even earlier, 2008. I have 2 kids, and been really busy with other stuff, basically, to play over the board tournaments. But if I was thinking about it the other day, I mean, I really just haven't played at all very much since, say, 2008, which is kind of sad. The other day I was thinking, it just seems like the other day when I played Kamsky in Foxwoods in 2007, that was one of my last tournaments I played, one of the last big tournaments I played in the United States. I mean, dude, that was 2007, and seems like it was yesterday. I played a couple tournaments in New England. I've played very little in Europe. A handful of tournaments here in Hungary. Online chess is one thing, but I have not played enough. Big time. To be honest. I got into poker. I was playing poker exclusively between like 2009 and 2015. That's scary, Camel Culture. That's really scary, man. Don't say stuff like that. That's disturbing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the time went. It's like ridiculous. I didn't really, I played a lot of poker for 7 years, and chess was very, very little. It's really frightening how fast 15 years can go by. It's just ridiculous, I just have these like blank spots and I have like these huge blank spots in my knowledge of, like, for example, U.S. chess, players, even tournaments, U.S. championships. I don't know, what Hikaru Nakamura did in like 2009, or it's just like I have these huge gaps in my historical recent history knowledge of the chess world. I basically just like disappeared from the chess scene, except for playing in the Hungarian Team Championship, which was like 10 games a year for like 7-8 years. And between 2009 and 2015, I played maybe 2 tournaments. Seriously. And that was like the prime of my life. I should have been trying to become a chess grandmaster, but got sidetracked with life and playing poker. Am I sorry? No, damn it. We're gonna make up for it by winning the World Senior Championship in November. This is a huge move. I mean, d4, giving up the e4 square. Is that the right idea? It has its pluses. I'm impressed by Miro. Camel Culture. I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't think there should be a big plateau. Somehow, like, 2200 feels like a much bigger plateau than 2300. The next plateau is like 24. 23 didn't feel like anything. No one really cares about that. It's not an official, like, title. It's not that useful. It feels like easier. $30,000. I don't know. I mean, I'm 100 rating points below where I was at one point, and I feel like my knowledge is greater. But the rating system has changed, to be honest. So we can't really judge like that. The situation, I'm still living in like 2007. It's like like I was in a time warp or something. Like 1 minute it's 2007 and then suddenly it's like 2020, or at least 2016. I basically spent 15 years in like a chess time warp, or how long was it? No, I basically spent 10 years in a chess time warp. That's what happened to me. And I just like came out the other side, and Hikaru Nakamura is a chess streamer. Damn it, I lost my advantage. I'm impressed by Heihatsumiro though. I think we gotta be impressed by him. Turn on 3D board. You don't know about that. I love the 3D board. My Smurf account plays on 3D board. I'm ambidextrous. I can play on both 3D board or 2D. People will like freak out if I bust the 3D board here. I feel like you really should have played D5. Is that maybe not correct because the C5 becomes a weakness? Okay, maybe he couldn't. I really like Heihatsumiro. Not like that, but no, seriously, he's got talent. He really does. You wouldn't believe his over the board rating. It's like ridiculous. I think he's 1200. He should be banned. I'm just depressed, man. This is my last game, and I'm running out of time. And my opponent's playing like a freaking genius. Sad. I've learned a lesson about how dangerous this like bad bishop can be in my life. I know about that. You're not gonna fool me into thinking that's like not an issue. Man, I'm really screwing up. I feel like, but maybe not. You've never tried VR chess. But I have. I've been complaining about that for like a year. I have VR. We have what's it called? The other one. But there's no good VR chess programs because that would take a lot of freaking work, you know. It's really sad. Clearly that's the future. Yeah, I have an Oculus Rift. But like there's no good VR chess programs. It's just sick, you know. It's really sick. Chess Ultra is like embarrassing. It would be a lot of work to create a good VR chess program, and I think like the coders or programmers probably just didn't believe it was worth the effort. But I think it would be, you know, with the Queen's Gambit and all these like popular, you know, chess became kind of popular. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a good investment to build a chess, a VR chess program. I think it would be a good idea, but nobody really, you know, wanted to put the work or the risk into building it, I guess. I mean, it's got to be a shitload of work for the programmers to develop that. And the question is, would there be a market, enough market for it to be worth it? Hey, Sparrow is a freaking grandmaster. He just totally neutralized everything. I'm even worse. Am I worse? I'm not worse? Alright. Phew, we're not worse. Give me the file! Give me the file! Alright. I'm better. We'll flag Miro with 4 minutes to 2. Asturbate? Pilot said GG. Thanks for playing Pilots. A 3D VR simul, man, it would be killer. It would be awesome. There's so much potential. It's not a joke, man. I mean, I wanted this so bad. I was so disappointed when I saw how horrible the existing chess VR program is. G5, that's a rational move. You work for like 24 moves to equalize, and then you play G5. It's like Nakamura Karawada. Come on. Bring it. Bring the G5. You better tone it down. G5. G5's nutso. That's really dangerous. Yeah, if anybody ever finds out about a good chess VR program, let me know. Oh, we missed Excel Poker. I was supposed to tell him Move 11 was talking about the Certabo board, because Excel Poker was asking about if he should buy a DGT board, and Move 11 like reviews it really positively. I don't know if either of those guys is still watching the stream. I assume they're like gone, but they should get in contact. You're out of control. You have DGT Centaur? I don't know. What's what? Chess-wise. Hayesmiro just like lost his mind. I mean, he played like g5 in a completely drawn position. What is bad about the other VR chess game? Well, where should we start? Like the forum of it, like it's been completely abandoned by the developers, I guess. That's the first thing that's good. There's no tournaments, there's nothing. It's like dead. I mean, it had potential, but it's like been abandoned by the developers. You just pass the bong, man. Hayesmir woke up early for this tournament. And then he let his little brother play like the last 10 moves. Billy! Yeah, but I don't have Quest. That's like different, right? Is that something that I could use with Oculus Rift? Mr. Coffee, what are you talking about? World loser, defeated by a Camel Culture National Master in the last round. Stapfargen's still playing against NChess. Nice. Whoa. Holy mother of unclear endings. Stapfargen can start munching pawns. What would happen if, like, King G4 there? Well, we're gonna find out, but the rook's on a different square here. Wow. Stapfargen is a fast dude. This rook ending, I don't know what's going on. This is just down to calculation. How many moves can you calculate? Black gets 2 connectors, white's pawns are more advanced, so it's a coin flip. The connectors are better. Rook A8, Rook G7, no. Rook A8, King H4, Rook G8, H5, King B5. I don't think that black is worse here. But I don't think that white should lose either. His pawns are pretty far advanced. Rook D6 is slightly weird. I feel like Zenchess should want his rook to like get behind the enemy pawns, not on the side. But I've said this many times, Zenchess needs work on his endgames. His endgames are his only weakness, I would say. His openings are good, his middle game skills are good, he's fast. His endgame is under par. But maybe because I'm good at endgames, it just seems that way to me. These two connectors are very dangerous. But generally speaking, like, you want to have the rook on G8 here, not on D1. But it might be that white is still okay. King G4, King B5, H5, King B6, Rook C8, C6, H4, C7, you know. All hell could break loose. Maybe Zenchess draws with like king and rook pawn against queen in the corner. Like, that's the kind of variation that I'm looking at. But Zenchess needs to get his A pawn down. You know, how fast can he get his A pawn down? Probably Rook G1 is a good move to throw in here. You want to slow him down? You might want to play Rook G1 at some point. He also needs to push his A pawn. This is good. King B7 like kind of gains a tempo. But I don't think that Stapfargen is in danger of losing. Seems like he's better. Stapfargen kind of seems like he panicked. No? Rook G1. Whoa. Oh my god. I'm not sure, like, randomly checking the black king is gonna help. So I was talking about king in the corner. You need to have your king on b8 with the pawn on a7. Wow, that doesn't... That's not right. So this is a draw. But Sapphire can panic, no? I mean, he has chances to win here. He has 2 connectors. And he missed, like... He just missed, like, g2. I mean, is black winning this position? Seriously? He plays too fast. Yeah, g2's winning. So, gotta go back quite a ways. The 2 connectors are just too strong. Basically, Zen Chess lost here. But Rook d6 was #1 move by the engine. That's unbelievable. I thought it would be Rook a8. I wanted to get the rook behind. Takes. Here. Wow, c6 was better. Holy crap. This is instructive. He's tied down to h6. You should have played c6 first. Probably it's holding. Man, there's so many mysteries in endgames. I'm surprised at rook d6. I thought here. But black has rook g7. Damn. It's a very sharp position. But Zen's just really lucky to escape there. Although it looks like he was totally winning earlier. Alright. So I won it. An extremely lucky escape against Camel Culture had me busted. Camel Culture in second place. 3.5 out of 5. Stapvargan 3.5. Just narrowly getting edged down on tiebreaks by Camel Culture. Undefeated. With a half-point bye. Stapvargan basically, you know, he's losing second place due to the half-point bye. Zen Chess also a 3.5. Had easier tiebreaks somehow. Don't really get that. I mean, he started 3-0. You started 3-0. You lost to me. Why is Zen Chess tiebreak so bad? I don't understand. Because Zen Chess' opponent must have left. Zen Chess must have like 2 opponents who left the tournament. Let's talk about like luck of the draw. You get opponents who like leave the tournament and screw your tie breaks. Hey, it's Miro with 3, Uber Driver 3, Bisonov 3, World Loser 2.5, Palots 2.5, Pyrat 2, and then Alms only played 1 game. Asterbait got himself a win against Everyone Sucks But Me. Alright, dude. Better to win 1 than none, huh? Our favorite VIP, Asterbait, thanks for playing, dude. Guys, don't forget, I'm going to the World Middle Age Championship in November, so don't forget to support us in our World Middle Age Championship in November. Donate. Thanks to all of you guys for first day of donations. We have 137 days to go. Thank you for your generosity. We're going to be back tomorrow with some weird rapid chess, unusual openings in the morning. I'll see everybody there. Thanks all of you for playing and for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thanks for Art Vega for stopping by. Best of luck, guys. Thanks all. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye. Thank you, Mr. Coffee.